Hi, my name's Gabe Zollner. Interesting article on WND. The title is The Palin Doctrine. Now, since the war started in 2001, the United States has sunk over $2 trillion. We've lost over 7,000 U.S. military personnel. We've had over 40,000 wounded. And hundreds of thousands of Iraqis and Afghans have been killed, which also left millions of refugees. Now, when you take a look at the numbers, it's really frightening. Not only the numbers that I just spoke about, but the numbers of Muslims that are in the world. There's a cleric, a Saudi cleric, according to this article. His name is Yusuf al-Qaradawi, and he's calling for a Sunni Shiite war. Al-Qaradawi denounces Assad's al-Wadi sect as more infidel than Christians and Jews, and calls Hezbollah the party of the devil. And what he's looking to do is have a war, and he's asking a question: how could 100 million Shiites defeat 1.7 billion Sunni? He is obviously a Sunni. Now, according to this article as well, the press is reporting that when the military leaves Afghanistan, they're going to leave behind $7 billion in U.S. military vehicles and equipment. Well, if they leave that equipment operational, they're clearly out of their minds, because what will happen is that the Shiites will use it against the Sunnis, or the Sunnis will use it against the Shiites. And since there are more Sunnis than Shiites, guess who's going to get the equipment? And once they've killed each other, guess who they're going to come after next? Yeah, this is completely crazy. And it's just insane. The article also says something that I found to be rather interesting, and although I agree with most of it, I think that they left a little portion of it out. And what they said, I'm going to quote on this: on the Shiite side of the Syrian civil war are the Ayatollah al-Khamenei, Russian President Vladimir Putin, Hezbollah, and Syrian President Bashar Assad. On the Sunni side are the al-Qaeda-affiliated Jabhat al-Nusra, Sunni jihadists from across the Middle East, the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Well, I think they left one country out. And what it should read is, on the Sunni side are the al-Qaeda affiliate, Jabhat al-Nusra, Sunni jihadists from across the Middle East, the Muslim Brotherhood, Hamas, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the United States, led by President Barack Hussein Obama. For those of you that might not be aware of this, but assuming that Barack Obama Sr. was Barack Obama Jr.'s papa, well, he was a Sunni. And I'm sort of inclined to believe that Obama Jr. is also a Sunni. And that makes him a supporter of the Muslim Brotherhood, which is why he's been so generous with the president of Egypt, Mohamed Morsi, where he last month had our Secretary of State, John Kerry, give them $1.2 billion. That's on top of the $250 million. That's on top of the 20 F-16s and the 200 Bradley fighting machines. Yeah, he gave that to the president of Egypt. And then, that was, I guess, last month, in August. And in June, the president of Egypt had a cabinet meeting, and I've mentioned this in a few previous videos, but you might not have seen it, so I'll mention it again in this one, where one of his cabinet members said that he loves war. And they're looking for a war with Israel and the United States. Yeah. And we gave them $1.2 billion, and everything else are rattled off. You think that's sort of nuts? Do you not think maybe that Obama might in fact be a Sunni? Huh? Any bets on that one? Yeah, that's who I believe he is. And that's why he went ahead, got rid of Gaddafi, because Gaddafi was a Shiite, and Gaddafi did not allow the Brotherhood to establish a foothold. And in Syria, Bashar al-Assad's father got rid of the Brotherhood 40 years ago. They're already, when I say they, the Brotherhood's already put together their own group of people once Bashar al-Assad leaves, if he leaves, that they will assume control of the country. And that'll also be under Sharia law. That's what will happen. And the Coptic Christians, well, we see what they do with those. They chop their heads off or they shoot them. That's what they do. And that's what they're going to continue to do. They hate each other. Yeah. And they're going to hate us, too. Because we're the infidel. Huh? Infidel!